Welcome. If you're adventuring in Tamriel, it is unimaginable that a higher power, a great force entity called a Daedric Prince, would not follow and monitor your every action and decision. These godlike, immortal entities have shaped Tamriel's history for millennia, playing crucial roles in every game. But before we meet them individually, let's understand their origins and what sets them apart from other deities. As I mentioned in my previous video about the creation of Tamriel, in the beginning existed Anu and Padome, the primordial forces of order and chaos, stasis and change. From their interaction came Nier and eventually the Orbis, all of existence. From their essence emerged the Et'ada, the original spirits, the first gods. These Et'ada split into two groups. Some followed Lorkhan's vision and participated in creating Mundus, the mortal world. These beings sacrificed much of their divine power to create a stable reality. They became the Aedra, meaning our ancestors. Others rejected this sacrifice. They retained their full power and settled in Oblivion, creating their own realms. These beings are the Daedra, meaning not our ancestors, simply because they didn't participate in Mundus's creation. The Daedric Princes are the most powerful Daedra, virtually all ruling their own Oblivion realm. There are 16 known Daedric Princes, each embodying a specific concept or domain. But note, the title, Prince, doesn't indicate gender. Each can assume any form, and mortal concepts of male or female don't apply to them. Now let's examine these fascinating entities one by one. Azura. Azura represents the transition between light and darkness, dawn and dusk, the magical moments visible in the sky. She's unique in her deep ancestral connection to a specific mortal race, because the Dunmer worship her as one of their chief deities. But it wasn't always this way. The Chimer, ancestors of the Dark Elves, originally revered her before a great betrayal. When the Dwemer vanished, three mortals, Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotasil, obtained Kagranek's tools and used Lorkhan's heart to become gods. This divine deception invoked Azura's wrath. She cursed the entire Chimere race. Their golden skin turned ash gray, their fiery eyes blood red. Thus, the Dark Elves were born. Azura's realm is Moonshadow, a beautiful landscape bathed in twilight, filled with blooming gardens and silver cities, said to be the most beautiful realm in all Oblivion. Her symbol is Azura's star, a soul gem capable of infinite reuse. Boethia. Boethia is the master of betrayal, conspiracy, treachery, and unlawful overthrow of authority. Don't mistake this for simple evil. Boethia's philosophy holds that betrayal and cruel deeds are the natural right of the strong, while the weak deserve their fate. Boethia plays a pivotal role in Dark Elf history. Legend says Boethia devoured Tranimac, the strongest Aldmeri god and hero, then wore his skin to speak to the Chimer and lead them to Morrowind. Tranimac was transformed in Boethia's depths and emerged as Malakath, god of the pariah orcs. Boethia's realm is Attribution Share, a massive arena filled with catacombs where the strongest warriors compete for favor, but Boethia is loyal to no one, repeatedly betraying champions only to test them. In Oblivion, we encounter shrines where followers must be sacrificed to obtain the legendary Goldbrand sword, Clavicus Vile. If you ever made a deal with the devil, it would probably be Clavicus Vile. He's the Daedric Prince of wishes, bargains, pacts, and contracts. But beware, there's always a twist Clavicus Vile perfectly embodies. Be careful what you wish for. He grants requests, but always in unexpected ways. Ask for wealth, you'll get it, but all your loved ones might die along the way. His most loyal companion is Barbas, a talking dog who's actually part of Vile's power and wisdom. Barbas often tries saving mortals from Vile's machinations, rarely succeeding. His realm, the Fields of Regret, is a tranquil countryside filled with glass cities and floating stone spirals, deceptively beautiful, filled with souls who made terrible bargains. Skyrim's Clavicus Vile quest is memorable. We meet Barba seeking help to reunite with his master. At the end of the quest line, the choice is between keeping the cursed Rueful Axe by killing Barbas or receiving the mask of Clavicus' vile helmet by sparing Barbas and completing the deal as the dog intended. Hermaeus Mora. Hermaeus Mora is perhaps the strangest and most terrifying Daedric prince. He is the guardian of knowledge, memory, and fate, but not in any pleasant sense. Mora is a formless, tentacled being possessing all existing and non-existing knowledge in his endless library Apocrypha. Apocrypha is an infinite labyrinth of books, scrolls, and black poisonous water. The air is toxic to mortals, and horrors lurk around every corner. Once you enter, escape is difficult. Mora doesn't release those seeking his knowledge. Mora especially covets secret knowledge. In Skyrim's Dragonborn DLC, he's the main antagonist, or rather, an ambivalent mentor. He created the first Dragonborn, Miraak, to defeat dragons. But Miraak grew too powerful and sought world conquest. Mora imprisoned him in Apocrypha for millennia. When we meet him as Dragonborn, Mora offers knowledge, but knowledge always has a price. He helps us defeat Miraak, but only to make us his champion instead. Hermaeus Mora gives nothing freely. For every piece of knowledge, he expects service. His most terrifying trait is that he acts without emotion. No anger, no revenge, only infinite curiosity and thirst for knowledge overshadowing everything. Hircine. Hircine is the Daedric prince of the hunt, sport, and the natural order. He teaches that existence is based on the ancient dance between prey and predator, but this isn't about mindless bloodshed. Hircine respects honest hunting, fair combat, and the sport itself. His realm, the hunting grounds, is an endless forest where the hunt continues eternally. Great hunters come here after death, but not to rest. The hunt never ends, sometimes as prey, sometimes as predator. Hircine has a special relationship with werewolves. He created lycanthropy, the werewolf curse blessing. Werewolf souls don't go to normal afterlives but to Hircine's hunting grounds. This cuts both ways. Hunting enthusiasts continue forever, but those wanting escape remain prey eternally. In Morrowind, we encounter Hircine's ring, allowing werewolves to control transformations. In Skyrim, in the Companion's questline, we can choose to free ourselves from the curse, but must face Hircine's hunters. Hircine is neither evil nor good. He simply represents nature's law. Every living being is hunter or prey. The only rule, be strong or perish. Malakath. Malakath's story is tragic. He wasn't always a Daedric prince. Once he was ZeniMax, the strongest Aldmeri hero, defender of the Aedra. But when Boethia convinced the Chimera to abandon their faith, Boethia devoured ZeniMax and transformed him. What remained was no longer the proud golden warrior. Malakath became the god of orcs, of pariahs society casts out. Orcs don't view him as Daedra, but as a father figure, Mawlok. His domain is the Ash Pit, a barren, rocky hell where loyal orc souls continue battle for eternity. This isn't punishment, it's glory. Malakath teaches that suffering and resistance make us strong. Particularly interesting is his relationship with ZeniMax cults. Some high elves still worship ZeniMax, denying he became Malakath. But Malakath himself has ambivalent feelings about his origin. Perhaps a spark of old ZeniMax remains. In Oblivion and Skyrim, we help him take revenge on those desecrating his shrine, receiving Volendrung in return, a massive warhammer once wielded by the Dwemer. Mehrunes Dagon. Perhaps the most famous Daedric prince among players, thanks to Oblivion's main story, where he is the primary antagonist. Dagon is the lord of destruction, change, revolution, and natural catastrophes. His philosophy is simple: the world stagnates and is corrupt, requiring renewal through total destruction. He's attempted breaking into Tamriel multiple times to destroy civilization. His most famous attempt occurred at the Third Era's end, covered in Oblivion. Mankar Cameron, his fanatical follower, stole the Amulet of Kings and opened Oblivion gates across Tamriel. Dagon's goal was complete conquest, and he nearly succeeded. Only Martin Septim's sacrifice stopped him, summoning Akatosh's avatar to defeat Dagon. But Dagon tried before. In the First Era, he nearly destroyed Mournhold. We play through this in Morrowind's Tribunal DLC. Almalexia, and Sothasil stopped him, but the city suffered heavy damage. His realm is the Deadlands, a hellish landscape of lava, fire, and massive towers reaching the burned sky. This vision echoes in Oblivion's gates. Mehrunes' razor, his artifact, is a dagger that can kill anything with one stab, though the chance is rare. This perfectly symbolizes Dagon, sudden, unexpected destruction. Mephala is the Daedric Prince of secrets, murder, sex, and betrayal. She is the Princess of Shadows, manipulating people's deepest secrets and darkest impulses. The Dark Elves worship Mephala as one of their chief gods. She taught them the Morag Tong traditions, an ancient assassin guild legal in Morrowind. The Morag Tong performs ritual assassinations as religious duty for Mephala's glory. Mephala is also connected to the Dark Brotherhood, though this is rarely mentioned. The Brotherhood is the continent's most notorious assassin organization, and though they worship the Night Mother, many believe she's an aspect of Mephala. Her realm is the Spiral Skein, an endless spiderweb labyrinth. Those ending here lose their identity, becoming threads Mephala weaves at her pleasure. Her most famous artifact is the Ebony Blade, or Kill Friend, a two-handed katana growing stronger each time you kill someone who trusts you. In Skyrim, we obtain this weapon through a tragic questline, destroying a village through intrigue and murder. Mephala isn't simply evil, she's the art of manipulation, the master of hidden motivations. The greatest power isn't open violence but making others act as you wish without their knowledge. Meridia. Meridia is special among Daedric Princes, one of the good Daedra. Her domain is light, living energy, and the fight against the undead. She despises undead and necromancers as perversions against nature. Meridia's story is unusual. Originally known as Meridnonda, she was one of the Magnagi, divine beings who fled to Aetherius with Magnus during Mundus's creation. Later, she connected with the Daedra and became a Daedric prince. This makes her special. She doesn't fully belong to either world. Her realm is the Colored Rooms, a blindingly bright, beautiful world. But don't be fooled. Meridia doesn't help mortals from kindness. She's fanatical. She hates the undead and anyone connected with them. If you cooperate with her, expect cruel and absolute demands. In Skyrim, Meridia's quest is iconic. We find a strange beacon leading to her shrine. She commands us to cleanse an ancient Nord crypt, a treacherous priest desecrated with necromancy. Our reward is Dawnbreaker, a powerful light sword that explodes the undead. But beware, Meridia isn't our friend. She uses us as tools. ESO's Greymoor chapter reveals she willingly sacrifices innocent souls if it serves her purposes. Molag Bal. Here is perhaps the most feared and depraved Daedric prince, Molag Bal. He is the lord of domination, enslavement, cruelty, and the enslavement of mortal souls. His philosophy is simple: everyone is a slave, and power is absolute. Molag Bal created the vampirism curse. The first vampire was a Nedic woman Bal violated, creating Lamai Beolfag, the first vampire who passed on the curse. Vampires are Molag Bal's children, held in eternal slavery. His realm is Cold Harbor, perhaps Oblivion's darkest part. This twisted mirror of Tamriel is a swampy, cold, dead world where souls suffer eternally. Here there's no hope, no freedom, only endless suffering. Manimarco, worm cult leader, allied with him to merge Tamriel and Cold Harbor's boundaries, permanently enslaving the mortal world. The plane meld event nearly succeeded. The sky tore open. Cold Harbor's buildings appeared in Tamriel. Only the 5 companions, later the Vestige, the player, could stop him. His most famous artifact is the Mace of Molag Bal. In Skyrim, we must kill a Boethia worshipper with this weapon to activate its full power. This weapon doesn't just kill, but traps souls, sending them to Cold Harbor for eternal slavery. Molag Bal embodies absolute will to dominate, cruelty, and control. Never forget, if you deal with him, you've already lost your freedom. Namira. Namira is one of the least known yet most disturbing Daedric princes. She is the princess of darkness, decay, repugnance, disease, and society's outcasts. Those living on society's fringes, beggars, lepers, outcasts, are Namira's followers. Her realm is the scuttling void, eternal darkness where even light doesn't exist, a place where decay and decomposition last forever, where everything is unclean. In Skyrim, we meet Namira's followers, members of a cannibal cult living among beggars and outcasts. Their quest is shocking. We must kill a priest trying to help them, then participate in a cannibal feast eating his corpse. Our reward is Namira's ring. It increases the stamina of the wearer and boosts health stats, but only if you dare to consume the corpses of your fallen enemies. Namira isn't just the god of physical repugnance. She represents moral decay, the dark side civilization hides. She teaches followers to accept darkness, uncleanness, and what society hates. Nocturnal. Nocturnal is the princess of shadow, night, theft, and luck. She is the patron of thieves, and the Thieves' Guild secretly serves her. Her realm is the Evergloam, bathed in eternal twilight where everything is shadow and nothing is clear. This place perfectly represents theft and hiding. There's always something concealed. Skyrim's Thieves' Guild questline revolves around her. In the guild, we find the Twilight Sepulchre Shrine, where the Nightingales, Nocturnal's elite thief warrior champions swear eternal service. In return, Nocturnal grants special abilities in life, but after death their souls go to the Evergloam, serving the Lady of Night forever. The Skeleton Key, Nocturnal's most famous artifact, is a stolen treasure. This key can open any lock. The Thieves' Guild's guildmaster stole it, bringing Nocturnal's curse upon the guild. We recover the key, but face a difficult decision. Return it to Nocturnal or keep it. Nocturnal is ambivalent, neither evil nor good. Just the Lord of Secrets, Shadows, and the Night World serve her, and you might be lucky or lose your soul. Peryite. Peryite is perhaps the least known Daedric prince. He is the lord of natural order, tasks, pestilence, and diseases. Oddly, Peryite appears in a dragon-like form, reflecting his similarity to Akatosh, though he's much weaker. Peryite's task is maintaining Oblivion's lower levels, ensuring everything is in its place. He isn't ambitious, doesn't desire mortal worship or world conquest, he simply does his job, like an administrator. Diseases and pestilences are his domain, but not from malice. Diseases are part of natural order. They weaken the weak, strengthen the strong. Peryite's followers are rare but fanatical. In Skyrim, we meet him in a quest where his followers are stuck in another dimension. Peryite asks us to save them, but to do so, we must kill a rebel Dwemer experimenting with dangerous magic. Our reward is the Spellbreaker, a massive shield blocking spells. Peryite is modest among Daedric princes, but don't underestimate him. His realm is the Pits, a toxic, disease-filled hell where everything is decay. Sanguine. Now for something different. Sanguine, the Daedric prince of parties, drinking, sin, and hedonism. If anyone is the Elder Scrolls version of Dionysus, it's him. Sanguine isn't a typical evil Daedra. He doesn't want to conquer worlds or enslave souls. He just wants to have a good time, and for others too. Of course, his fun sometimes descends into chaos, because hedonism never knows limits. His realm is the myriad realms of revelry, countless party realms where every desire and wish is fulfilled, every visitor gets their own version of heaven or hell. Skyrim's Sanguine quest is the most memorable and funniest mission in the game. In a bar, we meet Samgaven, who challenges us to a drinking contest. Accept, then blackness. Next day, you wake in a completely different city, slowly discovering that during the binge, you promised marriage to a witch, destroyed a temple shrine, and stole a giant's goat. At quest's end, it turns out Sam was Sanguine himself, and as reward, we get the Sanguine Rose Staff summoning Dremora champions. Sanguine is dangerous. Well, not too much. But he teaches something. Every good party has a price. Sheogorath. Sheogorath is the prince of madness, creativity, chaos, and the absurd. He's perhaps the most entertaining and complex character in the entire Elder Scrolls universe. His realm is the Shivering Isles, divided into two parts, mania and dementia. One is the world of manic joy, the other paranoid depression. Both are forms of madness. In Oblivion's Shivering Isles DLC, we learn a shocking truth. Sheogorath didn't originally exist. He was Jiggalag, the Daedric Prince of order and logic, the strongest among the Daedra. The other princes were jealous, so they united and cursed him. Every era, he must transform into Sheogorath, his opposite. This is the Grey March, when Jiggalag returns, destroys the Shivering Isles, then becomes mad again. In the Shivering Isles DLC, we as players break this cycle. We take Sheogorath's place and become the new Prince of Madness, so Jiggalag can finally be free. This means that in Skyrim, when we meet Sheogorath, we're actually talking to the hero of Kvatch, Oblivion's main hero. Sheogorath is famous for his bizarre humor and unpredictability. In Skyrim, we meet him in the Mind of Madness quest, where he sends us into a mad emperor's mind to help restore his sanity. Throughout the quest, Sheogorath entertains himself with us, and eventually we receive the Wabajak staff, randomly transforming enemies. Vaermina. Finally, Vaermina, the Daedric Princess of dreams, nightmares, and memories. She's the one who enters people's minds in night's deepest darkness and plants nightmares. Her realm is the Quagmire, a constantly changing, surreal nightmare world. Here, all your desires and fears mix, and you never know what's real. Vaermina doesn't just cause nightmares. She manipulates memories, steals them, or plants false ones. This power is terrifying. She can change people's entire identity without their knowledge. In Skyrim, we encounter one of her most chilling quests. In a town, everyone has nightmares and gradually dies in their sleep. A priest betrayed Vaermina, and now she's taking revenge. In a special Vaermina shrine, we enter the priest's memories and discover the truth. Finally, we must choose. Help Vaermina obtain the Skull of Corruption, a staff casting nightmares that grow stronger with each death it causes. Vaermina isn't a direct threat, but perhaps she's the deepest threat, because you never know if what you feel, what you remember, is truly yours, or if she planted it. And there you have all 16 Daedric Princes. Each embodies a concept, and each plays a key role in Tamriel's history, but it's crucial to understand. The Daedric Princes aren't simply evil. They exist beyond good and evil. They're cosmic forces operating by their own logic. Some, like Meridia or Azura, can help mortals, but only when it serves their interests. Others, like Molagbal or Mehrunes Dagon, are enemies, but they too only follow their nature. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and if you have a favorite Daedric Prince, write it in the comments. Which one would you make a bargain with? And which one would you never deal with, even if your life depended on it? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.